Hello everyone, Mrs. Cloud here once again. Thank you so much for coming to watch this show again. I don't know why I call it a show. It's actually not a show, by the way. I'm going to get another word, but thank you for coming to watch Mrs. Cloud again. Today I am excited to share with us what I thought we should discuss. Now, I was a victim of this. Anyway, let me give you a recap. So I'm the kind of person, if I have a problem with you, if you have upset me, I can't hide it. Like, you can see it all over my face. Yeah. So now, being in marriage, sometimes, let's say your husband pissed you off. Let's say you're driving to church and then he upsets you. I do not know how to put on the act that we are okay, yet we are actually not. Until I asked a powerful woman about how to go about that. Like, if you have to do ministry with your husband and now you have a misunderstanding between the two of you, how do you go about such? Because I feel like I don't want to fake it that we are okay, yet we are not. And yet, ministry has to go on. So what do you do about that? Now, from what she told me and what I thought and what I've experienced, I came up with today's topic, which is how to put relationship issues in different compartments, which is also separating relationship issues. Relationships, I'll talk about relationships because some of you are not married, but you also need to know these things. And also you're dating and working with other people, even in our lives, our parents and brothers and friends and bosses. Yeah, we need all this knowledge to put in those different relationships. But mostly I'll talk about the marriage because, hey, you're somehow there and no exit through that one. Anyways, so how to put different things in different compartments in our relationships. Let's look at marriage. In marriage, as a couple, you do parenting together. Yes, intimacy is also a thing. You have sex together. Then you serve together. You plan for the marriage. You plan for the children together. In parenting, some of you take the children to school in different rounds. If one took today, the other will take the next day. Then we also have in-laws. We have ministry. Some couples do ministry together. Some couples work together. Yeah, and then we also have different people that are in our lives. Some couples counsel other couples into, relationships and marriage. So, how do we be able to do all these things even with a few misunderstandings that keep happening here and there? Now, when I talk about compartments, I thought, let's assume we have, 5 different boxes that are making our relationship move. For instance, in my marriage, we have the parenting compartment. That's one. Of course, we have the intimacy compartment. We have the saving compartment because we save money together. Then we have people in our lives. Yeah, people like youth from church, other couples that are our friends, and even our friends that we share, and even those that we do not share. Now, these are different compartments. So what happens if my husband upset me in, let's say, the parenting department? Yeah. For instance, if you were supposed to take our child to school this morning and then he failed, I'm pissed, I'm mad, and I'm disappointed. Yeah. But that same day, we have maybe a couple to counsel into marriage. So how do you play around that? You're mad at him. You don't have time to sit and talk about it in that moment. But also life has to go on. You have a couple to speak into that very same day. That's why I'm talking about this today. To let you know that you should put different things in different compartments so that we can tackle one thing at a time. If my husband upsets me by not taking the child to school or picking the child on time that day, I should not drag that anger through the rest of the day. You should be able to say, you know what, I'm not happy about this, but this is not going to spoil my day. So what you do, keep the anger in that box and close it up, and then go out to that meeting you're supposed to have with him and be happy, because you're not going to ruin a new couple coming up because your husband didn't take the child to school. I don't know if that makes sense. Someone else has given me an example of if maybe your food was not nice at the table that day, like you served food and your husband gave you a bad comment about the food you prepared, that should not upset you to go on and say, I won't even do prayers tonight. Yeah, if you have to pray together, you still have to go on and pray even when you had a bad comment or maybe had a bad argument in another section of your life. If your marriage bed is not doing well, that does not mean that you're going to throw all that anger onto the kids or fail to cook for your husband, and your husband won't play his part in your life because you didn't give him some. So you need to put these different things in different boxes so that you tackle one at a time. And now I'm not saying seriously, I'm not saying that cover things up and never talk about them. What I'm saying is be able to pause. It takes maturity, by the way. So be able to grow up and know that, okay, I'm not happy in this department, but this is not going to pause us. Yeah, I'm not going to concentrate on the fact that I've not had sex with my husband for 2 months. He's so bad. And so you mess up the entire marriage because one of the boxes is not ticked. But pause it for a while and then get the right time to talk about it. Always talk about those things and solve those things. Now, coming down to the people that are not yet married, it is very important, so I know, that you have more than just one thing that connects you with this person. Yeah, your relationship cannot just be about what? About taking each other out, knowing each other. Yeah. The next time he will choose a wrong place for your date, you'll be pissed, and since that's the only thing you do together, there will be no more relationship. But I'll give you an example of my relationship with my husband, my boyfriend Ben. We did business together. At some point, we started going to church together. Yeah. And then we started meeting each other's friends and being engaged in their lives. And then we also had, of course, our meetings, our dating, where we talked about us. Now, if me and him had a misunderstanding, in our love, affair, but then I had to talk to his friend or had to attend his friend's birthday, somehow it would still put us together, and so we would still end up talking. It would be Sunday and we have to go to church and we have to talk all the same. Or even if I felt like I didn't want to talk to him, but then we have a client, by all means, I would go on and call him. Yeah. So I would encourage the people that are dating to have more than just one thing that puts the two of you together. My brother had a girlfriend who would wash for him clothes every time she came to his place every weekend. And that was her only contribution in that relationship. So my brother would only call her up when he wants her to come over so that he can get his clothes washed. And so over time, he got another person that actually could do that and do many more other things. And their relationship ended just like that. But anyway, my point is, have more than just one thing that puts you together. It will ease your marriage, because that's why they talk about friendship in relationships. Because now the friendship has to hold if your marriage bed is not holding. Yeah? It's the friendship that will help you run all these other compartments in a time where one compartment is down. And be a good girl, especially you women. You're so full of all the drama. If your husband didn't do one thing for you, you want the entire world to know, and you want to put him in his place for not doing that thing. You forget the children, you forget that marriage is so much more than just that particular thing that didn't go right. So, word of the day, please compartmentalize all these things. Separate all the issues. Know that, okay, we have to pray. We have a misunderstanding, but we can't compromise on prayer. We should still pray even when it didn't go right in the night. So that is what I had to share with us today. I hope it makes sense. Couples or people in relationships, if you relate, please let me know in the comment section. I'll be very happy. And if you think we should talk about this at a different level, please also let me know. Always happy to share my thoughts with you guys. Thank you so much. Again, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do it. Do it now. because so much more is coming. Have a blessed day.